Hello YouTube, Team Endgame here, bringing you a deck breakdown of the Shadow deck that we took to the Cardiff Springfest Trios Event. In which we came first, whoop-de-doop-de-doop.
And we won some paper that said we won.
As in the previous deck breakdown, bloody blah. I actually did second best out of the three of us at the event. I lost 3 games.
Yeah.
But overall, I think I won when it mattered, so it's fine. It's fine.
But that was with a different deck that he's not breakdowning now.
Well, it is.
You didn't play that.
Oh, no, it's not. No, this is the one Iori used. He lost 4 games.
So this is the second best win rate of the day.
Right, so basically it's a Shadow deck,
third best,
updated with the legendary Diablo deck that came out, you know, with Stride and stuff to help it going. But let's be honest, I didn't use a lot of the cards. So to start off with, grade 3s have Illusionary Revenger Mordred Phantom, the Break Ride, as we all know and love. You know, typical, when you Break Ride it, count loss 1, give your Vanguard 10k, call out Shadow Paladin from the deck, grade 2 or less, and you get 5k.
So is it 1 or 2?
Count plus 1.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. And then obviously the second card is Revenger Phantom Blaster Abyss, which is the Legion. Count blast 2 during the turn that you... Sorry, count blast 2 and retire 3 Revengers during the turn that you Legions when you attack the Vanguards in order to restand.
Aaron, why are you running Phantoms?
Why am I running Phantoms? Well, because it's still the... Right, it's pretty much the old Phantom Revenger deck, and you use Judge Bow Revenger. So when this unit boosts... I think there's an errata on this actually.
Yes, you can hit
So it says hits a Vanguard, but it can hit actually anything. But as long as it boosts a Phantom and it hits, you can counterblast and put it into Soul to call 2 grade 1 Shadow Paladins from your deck and call them at rest to any rearguard circle. So basically they're both Phantoms, which is the entire point. You want to try and get that pressure on grade 3 rides. So we're like, haha, I +2, or maybe 3, because you know you have a Sword Breaker in there. It's like, yeah, Soul Blast draw, woo!
We'll leave on the field to reference.
Okay, well, we gotta leave him there, because he's just starter. So, then moving on to grade 2s, we have 4 Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss. He's the Legion mate for Phantom Blaster Abyss.
That was one of the strongest points of the day.
He is Counterblast 1 when you have a Revenger Vanguards to retire a grade 1 or less. Very, very good in the current meta, I believe, for the simple fact of it gets rid of Laurels, it gets rid of Judge Bows if you're in a mirror match.
It's got a Cat Butler, it gets starters.
Yeah. There's so many cards you can get rid of, and I think Limit Break removers are quite prevalent in a lot of decks these days, so it gets rid of those as well. So a very anti-meta card, very cheap.
Take a swing at everything.
Second grade 2 is the original Blaster Dark Revenger. Counterblast 2 when it's placed on Vanguard or Rearguard to retire a grade... No, it's just retire front row, I believe, yes. But honestly, you rarely use it for the counterblast. You use it just for an unflipping mechanic with the grade 1 Dorint. Again, we'll get to that in a minute. What are you doing?
Let's keep going.
And the last 3 grade 2s were the Nullity Revenger Masquerade, which are 12k swings. Just because it's a Revenger. We tried the Generation Break 1 Maka from the Legend deck, but we found it too slow, and the amount of time, so we wanted to retire 3 Revengers, but it wasn't a Revenger, so we couldn't do it. But I think during the event, Yuri never used it anyway, so never mind. Going to grade 1s, 4 Perfect Guard, enough said.
Enough said. Which Perfect Guard are they, Aaron?
Oh, that's any... Oh no, it's not, there's 2 Perfect Guards they have now, isn't there? It's the normal Perfect Guard that you can guard Vanguard or Rearguard. I'm not using the Witch one, because it's in the Witch deck, but yeah. Also because I want to guard my Rearguards if I'm against Dote or DX or whatever.
Bearing in mind the amount of games, we'll get onto the Kagero breakdown anyway, but games Aaron won because of that. It's just insane.
Grade 1s are a little different than normal. We do 3 of the Transient Revenger Masquerade, which are 10k swings. 3 of the Barrier Troop Revenger Dorint, which is the Unflipper for Blaster Dark Revenger.
You can see what I left out now.
Yeah. We do 2 Blackwing Swordbreaker, which are your Dindrane clones. When it's called from the deck, Soul Blast 1 to draw. Not that it mattered, because it's always in damage.
Yeah, so I might as well have in damage.
And then we teched in 2 Darkheart Trumpeter, which came from the Legend deck. It's Generation Break 1, When it's placed on the rear guard, either from hand, deck, wherever, Soul Blast 1, if you have a grade 3 or greater Blaster Vanguard, you can call a grade 1 from the deck not named Dark Heart Trumpeter. So it was good with Judge Bow, it was good if you called it from hand, or if you could do it with Mordred Phantom as a break ride as well, it still works. The only downside is that you needed to have Phantom Blaster Abyss as your Vanguard, or if you were going into Strides, which I'll go into in a minute, you have Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo, because it also carried the Blaster name. But again, I don't think Iori ever used that during the day.
No, because as he named his deck, who needs Stride? Question mark.
Because pretty much all his games, he just went, Break Rad Legion, I win. Break Rad Legion, I win. Yay!
Which is how he won the Link Joker before as well, didn't he? Break like Lindy. But anyway.
Trigger wise, 4 draw. 4 of those crit. 4 of those crit. And 4 heal. Nothing special.
No.
I chose not to use I used that one, the Revenger one, instead of the Blast, the Owl, which came in the Legend deck, which is a put into Soul Give 3k, for the off chance that I may need to call it and retire free for the Revenger name thing. But I don't know how many times Iori may have needed or did that. So
okay, it's a little pointless going for the Strides because you didn't use them. But...
So basically, as you can see, the deck is pretty much exactly the same as pretty much any deck that you would come across that was before the Legend deck, with just 2 Dark Heart Trumpeters in, which I'm not sure made a massive difference. The only other thing is that people use the, can't remember his name, Makar instead of Masquerade, but we prefer the 12k swing, just because it's that early extra niggle rush, you don't need a booster for it, etc, blah blah blah. Going into Strides, there were 2 of the promos, Dark Knight Grim Recruiter from the Legend deck. If it attacks and hits the Vanguard, you can call out any grade 1 from your deck, which most of the time tended to be Dark Heart if I rode Phantom Blaster first, or it was usually Swordbreaker if it was still in the deck and not in the damage zone to Soul Blast and draw. Because, you know, you plus and you plus again, whoop-de-whoop. I did 2 of the True Revenger Drag Ruler Revenant, which came in the Fighters Collection. It's got a once per turn skill of retiring any Revenger card on your field. If you have a Revenger Heart, search for a grade 1 Revenger from your deck, call it to rearguard and give it 3k. It's just a little toolbox thing. You can get rid of a trigger or a spare grade 3 if you have them to get any Revenger card that you wanted. It's not a Revenger. No? You can't do it.
That's what I saw it Revenger.
No! How many times? Well, even when making the deck, it's like, it's not a Revenger Mike. It's not a Revenger Mike, you can't do it. Most of the time, it was either to get a 10k swing that became a 13k swing, woohoo! Or it was to get a Doran out, so you could then unflip with Blast Dark Revenger and go combo wombo. And then, of course, your last...
It breaks the column as well if you do the right card in front of it.
Yeah, if you have a 10k swing, 12k swinger. But again, I don't think it was ever really used, but...
No, it wasn't.
And the last 4 are obviously Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo, which is the broke card that's pretty much a same flow, just slightly better or slightly worse depending how you look at it. So you count +1, Persona flip the card in the G zone, gets 10k in a crit, and then when you attack your opponent's Vanguards, you may retire 3 of your cards, and if you do, they have to retire 2 or else they can't guard. Pretty much, I mean, I went against it a few times, and playing it myself, it's like, well, I get 10k crit, that's all I really see it as. I don't think there were many situations where I ever retired 3 or saw people retiring 3 to try and stop me guarding, because either I knew they had a perfect guard or they had a field.
Make it sound like you were playing the deck, stop it.
Well, no, I said even when I'm going against it. Okay. Like, people I played it, they rarely did the retire 3, they just saw it as 10k crit on the Stride, which was pretty nifty, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. That never really got played because it was in damage, or you write it. That rarely ever hits, according to Iori. So it might as well just be a vanilla that does nothing.
What? No, no, that's a Revenger that's used to retirement fodder because it's still in the field.
I still think Blast Dark Revenger Abyss is one of the better cards because it's just, oh look, retire your good card, or retire your other good card, yeah, and then it's just usually Break Ride Legion for game because it restands for 30, 40, whatever, I don't know.
It's insane.
Pretty much. So yeah guys, that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.